Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm very excited to show you the new LEGO expansion to Forza Horizon 4 that was released less than 12 hours ago, at least as of the time I'm recording this, and I'm still getting over a bit of a cold, so bear with me if my voice sounds a bit different. This video is slightly longer than my usual ones because I'm going to be showing you what happens when you first go into the expansion, which is basically this race thingy here. I'm going to talk about it more in a little bit. I'm going to be exploring the map, going over a bit of the things that you can build with bricks, apparently. There's a whole bunch of new stuff in this expansion, and I can't wait to show it to all of you guys. So, this is the race that you get into when you first get the expansion. Now, a couple trailers will play first, and I figured it wouldn't be a good idea for me to put those in the video, since you've probably all seen those a dozen times already in a bunch of different other places. So yeah, this is real gameplay footage of me driving in the expansion, in the LEGO McLaren Senna. And there's so much to talk about, like an airplane just took off in front of me right there, and then we've got another one here. Now, when you're just driving around the map, airplanes do not take off like that. However, there's still a lot of other things, like those cows do go around. Wow, this just looked amazing when I first got into it. Honestly, I would purchase this as a separate game, just a gigantic LEGO world. If you would like to purchase this, it is a $20 expansion. You can also get it in the $35 expansion pack bundle, which is what I did, which also gives you Fortune Island. Or if you purchase the Ultimate Edition of this game, you get these automatically. I believe that's about 30% off right now, so if you don't have the game, now honestly would be a good time to get that Ultimate Edition. So we've driven in the LEGO Senna, and now to the LEGO Mini Cooper. So in this update, because yes, it was an update to Forza Horizon 4 as well, there are 3 new cars added that I am aware of. LEGO ones anyway. That Senna, this Mini Cooper, and a LEGO Ferrari F40. Now, this is a partnership with LEGO Speed Champions. There are many LEGO Speed Champions sets, some of which I actually own in real life. However, I do not own any of the ones that are in the game here. I have the Mustang ones though, as you might expect. I have heard that the LEGO cars in this game are slightly worse than their real-life counterparts that are also in the game. However, in another place I heard that they were the same, so I honestly don't know who to believe. There would have to be some tests done for this, because this is just basically my initial reactions, my initial gameplay of this. It's not intended to be a treasure trove of information about the expansion. However, I will still, of course, be giving information throughout the video that I have. So as you can see here, we are now driving through the LEGO City, whose name I forgot, but all of the buildings and everything are all made out of LEGO. Can you imagine how long it took to put this together? Oh, and one other thing, if you have cosmetic damage on, which I do not right now, when you hit something, pieces will literally fall off your car. And there we have LEGO Ghosts, and if you hit trees and anything else, they explode into pieces. It's crazy. There's so much stuff in this expansion. Okay, I better calm down now. So here I was trying to bump that car a little bit just to see if pieces would come off, but since I didn't have cosmetic damage on, it wouldn't. However, that still would be pretty cool. So now we come to the festival site in here, which is where we finish the second little tutorial race. And yes, there are animated LEGO minifigures in the stands and all around, in the pirate ships, which I will show you later, all over the place. It's crazy. And then we got this really cool shot of this roller coaster. I have to say, I would probably buy Forza just for this expansion, especially since I have a pretty large LEGO background. I played with Legos all the time as a kid, and some of my first videos on YouTube were LEGO stop motions. So here we have got to a point where we apparently can build a house. Now, it's not super crazy like you can place bricks or anything like that. Basically, the way it works is that you complete certain challenges around the map, such as finishing certain races or exploring a certain amount, finding a certain number of roads, or winning races, a bunch of other things to get these bricks. And I need 200 bricks in order to build that house, as you can see in the upper right. And for any of the bricks that are highlighted, so the ones that are not grayed out, you can click on them, it'll pin it, and then that will be the set challenge that you have to do. See there, that one in the middle is pinned, and its goal, which will be shown on the right once you have pinned something, is to find the center of the city. Thankfully, I am quite close to the city, so I can just drive there and find it. I chose this one because it looked like it would be a fairly easy one to do. However, there are some that are definitely quite a bit harder. And I am in a Horizon Life session right now, which means that there are plenty of other people roaming around that also have this expansion. A lot of people, I think, pre-ordered it or bought it right as it dropped. I actually pre-ordered it slightly before it came out so that it would be downloaded by the time that it actually came out, if you know what I mean. There I tried to do a barrel roll, and it actually kind of sort of worked. Not entirely right, but let's just say it worked. So as you can probably tell, this video is slightly less super structured, as some of my other ones is more just driving around, showing you things, exploring things. Let me know if you would like to see more videos of this kind in the future. So you can see there I've completed the Hustle and Bustle challenge. I've gotten 10 bricks, so I need now 190 more. And the challenge that I completed was finding the center of the city, and I just so happened to drive right into it. So now you can see up on the right, 190 blocks in order to get the house. So I decided to try another challenge to try to get some more bricks. This time I think I was trying to win a race, and this will actually be the first race, true race, that I'm doing here. So it's right behind me. Again, rather convenient. It is called the Brickchester Loop Circuit. I think Brickchester is actually the name of the city. So I just went into solo and I used this car. You can actually use non-Lego cars inside the Lego city, which is kind of nice. You can use non-Lego cars anywhere in there. You can drive in them, which I actually will do later in the video. And never change your drive retard difficulty to unbeatable. Literally, it's pretty much unbeatable, and it's hard enough on Pro. Although if you want to race against Ford Focuses that go the speed of sound, then maybe unbeatable difficulty is for you, but I don't think that's most people's slice of cake. So here we are going around the middle of the city here. It reminds me a lot of Edinburgh with all of its 90-degree curves and stuff, but if you see, like, even the barriers are made out of Lego, and I believe a lot of the Lego buildings and things in the city come from actual Lego sets. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I saw some that looked quite familiar. Oh, and something else you may notice, that when you're racing in a Lego car in one of these races, not everybody else will be in Lego cars. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I guess that sort of makes sense as there's only 3 Lego cars in the game right now, but it would be cool once maybe they add more Lego cars into the game, because that would be kind of nice to see races with all Lego cars. So I managed to get 4th in that race. Nothing really happened on the 2nd and 3rd laps. I just stayed right there in the 4th position. Even though I did not manage to win that challenge or even get a podium position, I did, however, complete a challenge which was to just play that one. In most of the challenges, there are ones to play, which give you 20 bricks, and ones that will give you 40 bricks if you win them. I don't know if that's podium or literally get first place. So now I thought it would be a good idea to let's look at the world map, because this is actually a fairly large expansion. Now what's really cool about this map is it's not one-to-one. Apparently somebody created this entire map in Lego Design by Me or something like that, which is a program where basically you can design anything with Lego that you want to. That'll take a really long time, but this looks awesome. It's not one-to-one by any means. The little bricks you see here are much larger than the ones that are in the game, and I decided to, well, let's just look around, just explore the map, and see what sorts of cool things that we can find. If you zoom in, as you see there, you can see more in detail some of the streets, say, in the city. At this point, it was starting to get night, so we can see how some of the lights in here work. There's fireworks going off and all sorts of cool things like that. Now, if nighttime driving in Forza is not for you, do not worry. There will be plenty of daytime driving in this video as well, and in different cars, like faster ones. One of the first things that I wanted to check out was the Pirate Bay, or whatever it's called. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed before, but these ramps actually speed you up when you go up them. Like, you can tell that very easily, because if you go up to one with hardly any speed, it literally just zooms you way up there, which is really cool, because you don't have to have a fast car to go up those ramps quickly. I wish they would put those sorts of things in the normal map. Here we are coming to the beach with these really cool Lego palm trees that, as you can see, split into millions, well, not literally millions, but a lot of pieces. And here we come to these pirate ships, which no, you cannot tip over. They are standing there like bedrock, just like all of the trees in the normal mainland. And there's some Lego trees actually in this expansion that you cannot knock over, just like those old bedrock trees again. Now we are coming up again to the festival site, which is, well, a lot smaller than the one on the mainland, which is to be sort of expected since the map itself is quite a bit smaller, and it's more akin to the size of the one on Fortune Island. If you'd like to see me do any videos on Fortune Island, let me know. However, there's not nearly as much stuff there as there is in this expansion. As you may have seen, this place is called Lego Valley, so there are mountains on the side. I wanted to see what would happen if I tried to climb one of these mountains, and I got a bit of a nasty surprise, and I literally just got stuck. Like, I couldn't do anything and I had to fast travel to some other place on the map, which happened to be the racetrack. Now, this is a proper racetrack, something that we haven't seen in Forza Horizon 4 before. It may have been in the other games, I do not know, because I never owned any of them. So this has a big oval. It's not really an oval shape necessarily as much as a rounded sort of teardrop, if that makes sense, kind of like a gourd. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. But not only do you have this outer ring, you have plenty of interior tracks as well that you can see on the map there. Now, I didn't take the time to explore those here because I wanted to get to as many places on the map as possible, but there definitely are probably some circuits in there. I had noticed that the oval around the outside had some slopey edges, so I was thinking, let's try getting into a different car. How about the McLaren Senna? Not the Lego one, unfortunately, because I honestly do not know how you get that yet, but let's get in the regular one, see how this well-handling car can do on this track that looks like it was built for this sort of thing. And the Lego cutscenes like this one look really cool as well. That's why I didn't decide to cut this one out. Those trees and everything, just the amount of detail that they put into this expansion is simply amazing. Kudos to everyone who worked on this expansion, because based on what I've seen so far, you guys did a great job. So this car can handle these curves with the greatest of ease. I'm not sure how a worse handling car would be able to take them, but I also, after recording, I tested this on cars like the Apollo IE. It was able to get around perfectly fine as well, which I guess makes sense since the Apollo is the best handling car in the game. Check out my video about that if you haven't seen it yet. It's extremely good in S2 class. Also, let me know if you would like to see me do a video about the McLaren Senna in multiplayer. I haven't yet, and it's quite fun to drive, and it's the covered car of the game, so I mean, it seems like a good candidate for that. So I drove around the racetrack a couple of times just because, well, it was quite a lot of fun in this car, and then I decided, let's go look at the rest of the map. If you go to this point, you can just take a straight shot here. I just decided to keep on going, not even bother with the guardrail, go right through it, and see where we ended up. This is an exploration video after all, and we came into a desert with a bunch of cool sand dunes. Reminds me of like the red sand from Minecraft, interestingly enough. And yeah, then we've got an oasis down here with real Lego trees and everything as well. And I mean, even in the desert, which doesn't obviously have Lego bricks literally everywhere for the ground, has plenty of Lego things in it as well. It's got skulls, it's got even a crashed UFO at some point. I cannot stop stressing the amount of detail that went into this. It truly is amazing. So then, after we go over these hills, we can see the city laid out before us over to the right, but I wanted to go to the left and check out something that I had seen on some of the trailers, which was going through the Lego fields of flowers and seeing all the little Lego flowers break. And this is actually sort of satisfying. See, look, they're all flying into the air. This is something you really have to try if you have this expansion and have not tried it yet. However, I'm sure a lot of you probably already have, because who doesn't like destroying pretty fields of flowers? Here I decided to check my map just to see where I was so that I could find a good place to go to next. And it turned out that we were right next to the airstrip right there. Now, there is an airstrip on the mainland, and I think this one is a quarter mile here. We don't actually have a mile-long drag strip anywhere in Forza Horizon 4 that I'm aware of, so that's a little bit disappointing, but we do have this cool place here. And I mean, there's Lego silos, Lego ground there, Lego everything. Even in the city, there's Lego base plates for the roads. When I first heard about this expansion, I thought there were going to be maybe some Lego trees, Lego buildings, some Lego cars, stuff like that, but no, like, there's a lot more Lego stuff than I had originally thought. Unfortunately, this drag strip runs out quite quickly, but then I saw that ramp there. So I decided, okay, let's go to the end of this road. Oh wait, let's check out a house first. Okay, let's not, because I want to do the thing that I was going to do. So I want to get a run up on that ramp and fly over the airfield. So I went pretty far back along the road, punched it, and flew up this ramp. This was one of the coolest things that I think I did in the video. And as you can see, there aren't planes taking off and stuff like that when you're just free roaming around like this. But still, they're made out of Lego again. Knocking down trees and watching them go into a million pieces really is satisfying. Yeah, I wouldn't make a good environmentalist. So now we come to this desert area again, and this time I'm going to show you the place with the bones that you got to see a little bit earlier, and we can see skulls here. The skulls don't actually break up into a bunch of pieces, and I found that most things that break up don't break up into all their pieces, but just like certain parts. I wanted to try climbing the mountain again, just see, is it at all possible? Perhaps it's possible in an off-road car, or perhaps there's some artificial limitations. I do not know, but the Senna was clearly not the right car for the job, as there's a bunch of bumps and stuff here. I did get sort of high, but if you're going to try this, I definitely recommend taking something out with a lot of ground clearance, which supercars do not really have. After that, I did a couple of races in order to get some more bricks for my house, and this is the end of the final one of those races. It was the back mono on one of the dirt tracks. And apparently, even in the expansions to Forza, a lot of the dirt tracks are still asphalt. Go figure. Oh, and I had turned my Drivatar settings down from Pro to Expert, I think it was, because for some reason in Pro, there was always this one car that would just get way ahead, and I would never be able to catch up to him, even if I could catch up to second place. All that lowering the Drivatar difficulty really does is make you get less credits from the race, so if you have other ways to make money, then you're perfectly fine doing that. So there, we've won that race, and finally, we get to build our house. Sort of build. Not quite build, exactly. You'll see what I mean in a bit. So this is the place for our house. I'm not sure if there are multiple housing locations or not, but I set the route on my map, and because I was pretty close to it, and also because I wanted to see some more of this beautiful Lego scenery, that's a bit weird to say, but I just decided to travel over there normally, because also this back mono is quite fun to drive. It's very good on dirt, actually. And I just realized in this video, you get to see me drive a lot of cars that I haven't made videos of yet. How about that? So we've gotten to our house, we kind of mess up a lot of our yard, but we finally get to build, well, sort of, as I said earlier, our house. Actually, what happens? A helicopter comes in and drops the house. How that is good for its foundations, I have no idea. But I think that's just about gonna wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 9 and Forza Horizon 4 content. And I will see you in my next video, and I just got an achievement. Goodbye!